So on this video, I would like to go over just a walkthrough of what staff should be doing or expecting kind of at the front desk and how that looks for them. So first off, something that's a little bit new is there is no more lead account. So everyone will be using like their own account to do stuff. I'm still trying to figure out if we could adjust that somehow, but for now, you'll have to sign in as yourself, and then when you leave for the day, make sure you just sign out. So down at the bottom is where it says additional modes, real small down there, and appointment center is what we're going to use. That is kind of like the manage center view that we had previously in academia. And you'll have to pick that the location is the lead center. It brings you up to this scheduling grid. This would be like if someone wanted to make an appointment, which I will show you that here in a second. And you'll be able to see all of the tutors who are available for that day. You can change the day, like if someone wants to know who's working tomorrow, you can change the day right up here. The start time and end time is automatically set 8 to 5. You can change the time because there are some times that we might be open past 5 p.m., but you can change that there. And as far as I can tell, it does not automatically refresh, so you would need to tell it to refresh. I don't think that we're going to use this page that much. Obviously, as you guys actually start using it, feel free to correct me on that. You can see we have tutoring, care unit, and then the service. So this is going to be helpful if someone says, hey, who's in tomorrow for, trig or whatever. You can say course-based tutoring, and you can select which course specifically. And then you can see, okay, no one's available Sunday for trig. There's this very cool button here, find first available. And what that will do is take you to the next time that someone is available for the Math 1540 trig. And that would be me, and I'm available at this time. So that is actually really nice. It's going to make it really easy to make appointments for people. I think quite a bit easier than it has been in the past. Okay, the other page you kind of have to look at is this drop-in appointments. So this is really where you see who's here and who's not here. So students in first available queue. So that's someone who is here. They don't really care who they see. They just need to see someone. I don't think that happens that much for us, but it may be something that, if we have 3 chem people, we can stick them maybe in this queue, and then whoever gets done first could take that student. Students checked in with staff. So that is a student who is waiting to meet with a specific staff member. And in progress visits, so those are students who are here and their visit is currently happening. So that means, they were waiting to meet with me and I started their appointment or started the meeting, and now they moved down into here. And I will show you what all of those look like as they happen. So, okay, so you're sitting on this page, dropping appointments, and a student comes in. I'm going to use Michaela as my mock student. I'm trying to get the swipe set up, but for now, you can type their name, you can type their F number, you can type their UCA. Actually, all of it will work. And you can see here that the last 4 digits of their F number do appear. So whether you type Michaela Amos or you type M. Amos 5, all of it will bring up the same student. All right. So you select that and a little picture of her shows up, very cute. And then you have some options here. Message, so we're pretending that the student's in front of us at the desk. Track time would be when they're not meeting with a staff member. So if she's here to take an exam, so if she's doing proctoring or acuplacer, or the T's or study hall. So anything where they're not meeting with a specific person is track time. And if you click track time, you will see you do have to pick a service. Proctoring, you will say afterwards what the course is. Everything else doesn't require a course. One thing that's new is tutor clocking. So I don't have like a sign in as tutor. They just have to sign in regular and then click tutor clocking. So that's a little bit odd, but it is what it is. Any comment? We've used comments some. You guys can use them again as necessary. You know, especially for the study hall, it was kind of useful. Okay, so the other thing that we would choose is add to staff queue. So add to staff queue, so choose a staff, so either first available or a specific staff. So let's actually pick first available staff. And then what service. Now, when you pick course-based, you're going to see the courses that the student is enrolled in as an option. You will also be able to see if you pick a certain tutor, what courses that tutor can cover. But let's say that she's here for course-based tutoring for her Spanish, and we can even add a comment, and then the tutors will be able to see the comment. Again, we're not a huge space, so it doesn't really matter that much, but it is kind of nice that we can say just needs participle help. Needs help with participles. And then we click add to staff queue, and then you can see she's been added to the waiting list. And if we were to, search her name again, you get this information back. Once that's done, you can just click X and then she's gone. So here she is in first available queue. There's a little comment and how long she has been waiting. So there's a check-in time and also a wait time. So Michaela is sitting, waiting in a queue. And from a tutor point of view, so this tab is like the tutor point of view, I can actually see that Michaela is sitting there waiting. There's actually this tab called appointment queues. First available, yes, so they don't care who they're meeting with. I can see the comment. And if I would not have myself listed as tutoring the course that Michaela needs, then she would not show up in my queue. I wouldn't be able to check her in or anything. But since I do Spanish 2201 or whatever she needed, I can go here and start appointment. Once I do that, it actually opens up the session assessment. Everything here is filled out except for the meeting type. Not totally sure why, but in person, and then they fill everything out, and then they actually are going to save and check out. So once she has been checked in by the tutor says, yes, I'm working with her. She has moved from first available to now an in progress visit. So she is there. And we can select this and we can send message to everybody if we needed to for some reason. If we know that the tutor is getting ready to be available and we tell the student, hey, you can go study off somewhere, we'll message you when they're ready. That's something we can do now. We'll send them a message. So yeah, and we can check them out manually, but tutors should be checking out students because it's part of the assessment. It happens when they do the assessment. So they do their assessment, type. You can see here that the check-in was 10:09, but she didn't actually start meeting with someone until 10:12, meaning she waited for 3 minutes to actually get seen. And then they save and check out. So the tutor will be doing that. And then on our point of view, again, refreshing, since it doesn't seem to auto refresh. You can see she is no longer in any of my queues. Okay, so that's what it looks like when there's someone who's a drop-in, doesn't have an appointment. I would say mostly we are doing appointment-based these days. So let's look at making an appointment with a student and also what it looks like when they have an appointment and they come. So Michaela, she doesn't want to see anyone yet. She wants to make an appointment for later. So once I search her name and her card appears there, I can switch to scheduling grid. And what I'll see here is on this date, Monday, July 4th, here's Michaela's schedule. Here are the tutors who are scheduled to work that day. Anywhere that's gray, they're not available. Anywhere that's white, they are available. You can change the orientation if you need to. Let's say that Michaela wants to meet on, well, I want her to meet today because I want to use it. So let's say she's going to meet today at 10:30 p.m. Right now it's 10:15. So you can already see that this doesn't go past 5. So I do have to change the end time here to be, let's say 11. And then this will grow. Oh, by the way, you can see exactly here, Michaela met with me briefly for Praxis prep, and she also met with me for, course-based tutoring. So you can see that she's already done some stuff here today. So that's actually really nice. Okay, so things happen in 15-minute intervals. You can see in 1 hour there are 4 slots. So this is the first 15, second 15, third 15, and the last 15 minutes. So say she wants to meet at 10:30, then that would be the starting the third 15 minutes. So here's 0 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 45. So she wants to meet here, and she's going to meet with me, Brittany. Say here. So when I tap on that, it says create appointment, and then what service. So this time, let's do study skills. And then you don't need to pick a course after that. If you pick course-based, then it will ask you to select the course afterwards. And then meeting type, we'll do in person. And then already it says the when. Right now, things are set to 45 minutes. That may change. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the email reminders. In general, you don't need to do that. I'm just going to do that because otherwise Michaela's going to be getting emails and texts at 10:30 p.m. Okay, so this is that. And then create appointment. Super easy. So there doesn't seem to be any limit to how early students can check in because you'll notice, actually it already showed up. So I'm sitting on my drop-in. Michaela comes, actually before we do that, scheduled appointments right here. You can see all of the appointments that are supposed to happen today, things that are in progress and things that are recent. The only problem with that is you can't see like who needs to be meeting with someone, who's waiting to meet with someone, and you're also not going to see any of the track times on this page. So as far as I can tell, the drop-in appointments is going to be the tab we want to be on. So it's now time for her appointment. Michaela has come back, and you can see she's supposed to meet today from 10:30 to 10:45. She is 10 minutes early. I can take actions here. I can go ahead and message the organizer, like say she, say the tutor isn't actually at lead yet. we can send them a quick text and say, hey, your appointment's here early, if we needed to. Otherwise, we can check her in. And again, she is going to be in a queue. And you can see actually on mine, Michaela added to your waiting list for the 10:30 appointment. And I get a notification over here of a little bubble. So I can click that. Students checked in for appointments. And, you know, she checked in early. That's okay. I can still start the appointment. No problem. So it actually will show that the meeting start and end time was 10:30, 11:15, but she actually came at 10:20 and she checked out at, you know, it's going to be 10:21. All right. So that is actual tutoring visits, whether they have an appointment or they need a drop-in, and also how to schedule appointments. The last thing I will show you is scheduling appointments when someone isn't available at that time. So as far as I can tell, if that person isn't available at all that day, this style I'm going to show you won't work. But I have a video for tutors to see how they can override for themselves. So let's say that tomorrow Michaela and I will meet early at a time I'm not usually available. So at 9 a.m. Actually, let's do something weird. Let's say 9:15. So it'll say that I'm not available during this time and I won't be able to select any services. So you'll have to hit show all services and then you can pick whatever service. Now the thing that is odd is the course, oh, actually no, it doesn't matter. Never mind. So this is a good example. Students enrolled courses, available courses for the selected user. So you can see like that I actually don't do that class. Well, pretending I don't do that class. I don't do it on Mondays, I guess. All right, meeting types, you'll have to say show all meeting types because we're doing an override. We'll say this one's virtual, and then there's the time. And again, I'm going to uncheck these. In general, do not uncheck these. This is just to save Michaela's inbox a little bit, and my inbox. Okay, and then you would create appointments. So again, you are getting the big notice, not available, but that's okay. And then it'll save. Very slowly. Okay, appointment created. And as soon as that's created, it should show up on everyone's schedules. On the schedule, and it did. Okay, so the scheduling block. So you can see Praxis Prep, we are booked during that time, so we're busy. Now, if you do have an appointment and you need to edit it somehow, tutors, I think, should have the ability, to cancel things that they need to. But I would prefer them to not just go willy-nilly canceling stuff. So if we go to our scheduled appointments tab, we can see stuff that's scheduled and when it's about to happen. And this is a good way to communicate with everybody. So we can send a message to the attendee, so that's the student. The organizer would be the tutor. The details. So here we could edit it, move it, or cancel it. And you can also send a message actually to all attendees if you'd like, or add a new attendee. So say not just Michaela's going to attend, but also Haley wants to study for Praxis. So Haley's like, yes, I also need to attend this. So we can add her on that, no problem. Yay, that's awesome. And we can add a message to everyone. We can remind everybody. we can edit, we can move this, so change the time, and we can also cancel. I do not think you guys would have the ability to delete, but if you did see the delete option for some reason, just don't touch it. It makes it something that never happened, which we don't want. We will only want to cancel things. For the no-shows, it does not automatically mark no-shows, but tutors can mark no-shows by removing the student from the appointment summary. And then I would say that maybe at the end of the day, we can mark no-shows of all the appointments for people that didn't show up.